everybody. Nobody's here yet, obviously. But we are going to be doing a live Build It application. Look how beautiful these nails are. This is, my model today is one of my apprentices, Jalen. She has great nails. And we just removed all of her previous color, some of her previous product. This is the first time I've ever done her nails. I've never done them before, so we shall see how it goes. They're looking lovely already. But we did all the cuticle work and everything and got her all prepped. And we are just going to be applying some Build It to her nails. And so I figured I would jump on here and walk you guys through the Build It application so you guys can see how it goes and see how it works. So here we go. My favorite thing to do with Build It to start off with is while I am prepping a client for Build It is I will stick the bottle like under my leg or something because I feel like it works best when it's at body temperature. So when you have it at body temperature, it works best. It self-levels really nicely. So, I mean, you can use like a warming pad or something in a drawer or a coffee warmer or something like that to just warm up the product a little bit. But I feel like the body temperature is just the exact right temperature that it works really well at. So that's what we tend to do. This step right here, I am just scrubbing her natural nails with Prep and Dehydrate, Magpie Prep and Dehydrate. And when you are working with a product that does not contain any HEMA, which is an adhesion aid that some products have, when you're working with that product, you tend to need to have a little bit more precise prep, not necessarily aggressive prep, just you have to be a little bit more precise with it. And so that's why we have our Prep and Dehydrate, because it has primers in it, it has all sorts of stuff in it that really helps the Magpie product specifically adhere to the nail. So after I scrub her with Prep and Dehydrate, so what I actually went in with a nail wipe and scrubbed, because you don't want to be filling this brush up with Prep and Dehydrate and, run it all over her nails. We don't want to overexpose her to chemicals or anything. So just really carefully scrub into that nail plate. And then I'm going to go in with Magpie Primer. The Magpie Primer is a dehydrating primer rather than a sticky primer. So there are some nail systems out there that work with sticky primers and some that work with dehydrating primers. And the Magpie system works with a dehydrating primer. So this primer is the one that works the best for our system. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them on here. Jalen is on here and she's watching for those questions, so she'll let me know if you ask any questions and I will answer them for you. Let that dry a little bit. And for her base, we're actually going to use Cherub, which is the brightest pink in the line, and it's really, really cute. Sarah said, what is your favorite color? Build It. I just looked up and saw that. My favorite, it's hard to decide. They're all so good. My favorite color of Build It is probably either My Love or Pampas, however you say that one. Both of those are just so pretty. Okay, so for this first coat, I'm actually gonna go in and kind of give it a nice scrub layer, just to really scrub that into the natural nail. And I'm gonna do that on all 5 nails and then we're gonna cure that before I go in with my build layer. Magpie HQ recommends this application process for the Build It. And essentially you're just using itself as a base coat. It doesn't need a base coat. You're just using this step as a kind of scrubbed in base coat, and then we'll go in and build the structure with the same thing.
Is primer necessary?
With Build It, yes. Some of our products are baseless and primerless. I have had the best results with build it with the using primer with it. Scrub in this layer. And since I'm doing this coat really thin, I can do all of them. Build It does self-level really beautifully. But this super thin layer it's not gonna run or go everywhere.
Sarah says, I've had great results without primer. I think it depends on the nail plate.
Awesome. I think, yeah, it will definitely depend on clients. If you have a problem lifter, if you have someone who just can't hang on to their product, definitely throw a coat of primer on there. But if you're used to not using primer and most of the Magpie products that you use work well without the primer, it would be very similar to that. Okay, we're gonna cure that one. Go in and do same process over here. So I'm starting with the prep and dehydrate. I always fold my towel into corners and to give it a corner. So I fold it in fourths to give it a little corner. And I put some prep and dehydrate on it, and then I will just go in and scrub up and around that cuticle and just really scrub that in to dehydrate that nail so we can get the best adhesion possible. Get any kind of dust or debris off of the nail plate. Folding a towel with one hand is challenging. Scrub those nails. One thing I have discovered with Build It is it is insanely strong. It is also really flexible. So you can apply it thin, you can apply it thick. I mean, you don't really want to apply it too thick, as you don't want to do with any type of product. But you can apply it with an apex with structure, or you can apply it really thin, and they both have excellent adhesion, excellent flexibility, excellent strength, just all around. It is an amazing product. It took me a second to get the hang of it. I kind of struggled with it trying to get it to self-level at first, trying to figure out exactly how to make it work, but it is working fabulously now, and I love everything about it.
Someone said, how much of an extension can you build with the Build It?
With the Build It, as far as I'm aware, you can build any length extensions. It is incredibly strong. Throw a plastic tip or a form on it and build to your heart's desire. And if you're just joining, this step is I am just putting a scrubbed in thin base coat layer of the Build It on her nail before we build the structure. And notice the brush, I'm using kind of these scrubby motions. That really helps the product stick into the etches and scratches that we made on the nail during the prep process. So it will really stick in there, and it kind of acts like double-sided sticky tape. So it kind of just really sticks that structure layer to the nail plate. So far, I have had 3 clients come back with Build It on. I mean, I've been wearing it myself for 4 weeks now. And it's absolutely amazing. I haven't had any lifting whatsoever, but I have had 3 of my clients come back wearing Build It after, you know, their normal 3-week appointment time. And all 3 of them have come back with 0 lifting. Everything has been absolutely solid on their nails. One of them even has issues sometimes. I tend to use a product that has HEMA on her because she does lift quite a bit. And even with the other product that has HEMA, she would still come back with like popped off nails every once in a while. Okay, here are those. And this time she came back with all 10 nails. They were all absolutely perfect, no lifting at all. So Build It really has amazing adhesion. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this light a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I will always use a slip layer. So even though we did that base layer, I'm still going to lay down a slip layer. This kind of sets my boundary for my gel up and tells it where it's allowed to go, and helps the product move easier on the nail. And then I'm going to take a little bit more, swirl it off right here, and we're just going to tick-tock it down the nail. And I work really, really fast, so I find the best results from working 2 nails at a time. So that one can sit there and level for me while I'm working over here on this one. And then I will go back to it in a moment.
Someone said this is HEMA-free, question mark.
Yes. Build It is a HEMA-free builder gel in a bottle. Does not contain any HEMA. And we do have the SDS sheets if you are curious to see them. Just reach out to Magpie Beauty and they'd be happy to send you the SDS.
How's the heat spike?
If you have experienced the Magpie Build Me Up heat spike, it's nowhere near that. I have had, honestly, when I put it on myself the other day, I did not feel it at all. I did a demo nail for my apprentices, and I took one of my nails off and rebuilt it, and I didn't feel it at all. But I have, when I've been putting it on my clients, they will take their hand out because they're trained to do that for like a second, but they haven't had any concerns or like, oh my gosh, that's really hot. It's just, they've been totally fine. So I feel like it's like really quick and it's not terribly hot. Pop. Pop. Come on. Every once in a while we get a few bubbles just from the fact that it comes out of a bottle. I do like pouring my product into a pot and working out of the pot, but every once in a while, sometimes I just work straight out of the bottle because it's faster if I haven't poured a particular color into a pot. And this one I haven't, so damn it.
Sarah said, I have generally healthy nails and I felt very little heat. Quick heat moment and then felt nothing.
Perfect, thank you, Sarah. So there's 2 nails and we can cure those. And tell us how you feel that heat spike, Jay. If you need to take it out, or, I mean, obviously you definitely can take it out if it gets warm.
I'm shocked that the pinky has not flooded yet.
That's what I love so much, is that it is self-leveling, but it's not runny. So it doesn't run everywhere. It does self-level, but it's not gonna get away from you. So.
I didn't feel a heat spike at all.
Really? Nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Sorry I'm late. What color are you using?
This is Cherub. This is the bright pink.
So what's the benefit of using this over Build Me Up? Less lifting, is this a stronger gel?
I believe it is not as strong as the Build Me Up in the pot, but I would say stronger than Build Me Up in the bottle. They are slightly different formulas. I love that this one is self-leveling, and the Build Me Up pot is a suspension formula, so it's not designed to self-level, and this one is. So that's the main benefit. But I also love that I don't really believe in a one-size-fits-all product because everybody's nails are different, everybody's body chemistry is different. So typically one-size-fits-all isn't really a thing. However, in this case, I feel like this is almost as close as it gets because you can apply it thin for like a basic thin structure gel application, or you can build like an overlay with a full apex, you can build extensions. It kind of does it all. It's strong, it's flexible, it's really adhesive. It does all of the things, and I just can't get enough. Like I said, every once in a while we'll find a little bubble just from when you put the brush back in the bottle. Kind of pushes bubbles back in, but they're super easy to pop. Grab this and pull it down a little there. So they're both nice and pretty and leveled. Cure those. But this is why I do 2 nails at a time for those of you who are just joining. I do 2 nails at a time because I do work very quickly. And I feel like if I'm sitting there waiting on the self-leveling because it does self-level just a little bit slower and it's not super runny, so it's not gonna run everywhere. So I will apply the product on the one and then I will go work on the next one while it kind of starts to level, and then I'll come back and refine it.
How has the retention been?
Amazing. I have had 3 of my clients come back with the Build It On after 3 weeks. Not a single bit of lifting, absolutely unheard of, especially for one of these clients. She comes back with nails popped off all the time. Even with a product that I use on her, I use a specific product on her because it has HEMA, because she has a lot of lifting. And so I used this on her last time 3 weeks ago, and she came back all 10 nails solid, no lifting at all, perfect. So it was excellent. I've been wearing Build It on my nails for 4 weeks now, and I haven't had any lifting at all. It's absolutely amazing. It's strong. I've noticed a difference in the strength. I typically will wear Get a Grip and Give Me Strength, or just Get a Grip on its own on my nails, and switching over to Build It, I've noticed a difference in how strong it is. Just how durable and amazing.
I'll have to see how strong it holds up with softball and stuff.
Heck yeah. Jalen plays softball, so actually this one, if you saw it before I put the product on it, was actually a repair that I did for her the other day because she broke it at softball practice. So, but I had done just a Build Me Up cloud free edge extension, and she said it's like the strongest nail she's had. Still good. Okay, cure those. Okay.
Does Build It come in lots of colors?
Comes in 10 color options, which includes the clear, so 9 colors and a clear. They are all varying hues of nudes and pinks, like natural pinks. This is the brightest pink that we have. This is Cherub. A lot of them, like My Love and Pampas, are my two favorites. They're really kind of in between. They're kind of a pinky brown, so they don't have a ton of pink, but they also don't have a ton of brown. Kind of a nice middle ground right in between. Then we have biscotti and creme brulee, which are more of the brownie nudes. And then we've got blondie and frosted, which are the milkies, and frosted is the milky white. Blondie is kind of like a milky nude. It looks almost white, but it's got like a hint of brown in it. So that one's actually really pretty. It's funny because I didn't love that one when I first saw it, but I actually was using it, have used it on a couple of clients this week, and after I've put it on their nails and everything, I'm just like, okay, this is actually really lovely. It's a really pretty color. So it's great.
Melissa said, I really like your experiment video showing the flexibility and strength.
Oh yeah, that was super fun. If you haven't seen that, pop over to my page and check out that experiment video that I did. I tested out the Build It with different thicknesses and to see if it would break if it was applied too thin. Sometimes if you apply a builder gel too thin or a hard gel, the rigidity of the product causes it to like chip or break. But I tested it and I bent it and played with it and flexed it around, and it just would not give. It would just bend and bend and bend, so it didn't break at all. So it was super awesome. You should go check out that video. Lovely. Oh, a little bit here. This is the Artie Gel Detail 6 brush that I'm just using to make all of the little refinements here and there. So still same process, applying that slip layer. If you're just joining, this is a Build It application. Magpie's new Build It gel, super flexible, super adhesive, super strong. Applying a slip layer, and then I'm gonna go in with the build. Since this was a thumb, I picked up a little bit more than usual. Swirling it back and forth. My last one, I usually just pull it back so you can look at it from the side. We want it to be thicker apex back here and thin at the tip. So we don't want that extra thickness at the tip. So whenever I get down to the bottom, I just pull it back.
Will we be able to watch this live again so I can take notes?
Yes, absolutely. I will save, assuming that nothing tragic happens when I try to save it. But I will definitely save it as soon as we're done here. And feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram with any questions that you have. If I didn't answer your question here, or if you ever have any questions or concerns about any of the Magpie products, you can definitely reach out to me. I am more than happy to help. And then if you are ordering this Build It on the Magpie website, you can use my code Reena10 to get 10% off. We love discounts, right? So use that code Reena10 when you check out and you will get a discount on your product. And actually works for all the Magpie products. So buy some Build It, buy some colors, all the things. I also have a store in my salon in South Jordan, Utah. It's a local pickup store, so if you need to pick up if you're local and you need to pick up any Magpie products and don't want to wait for shipping, by all means, stop by. We have all the Build-Its here. I actually just restocked them this morning, so they are all here and available. There's really like not a whole lot I have to even do with it. I kind of help it in some certain small places, but for the most part, it just levels in all by itself. It's so nice. But it also doesn't run. I'm not like worried that it's gonna slide off the nail.
Melissa says you really do work fast.
I know. I'm like, here we are. It's been 30 minutes and we're pretty much done. I do. I feel it. I don't know if it's like a fault or something, but I don't know how I work so fast. I don't know how to stop working so fast. So many people ask me, they're like, how do you work so fast? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just do.
Melissa said, you already know I'm picking up another Build-It color. I just have to decide which one.
Absolutely. Okay, cure that. Okay, and here we go. This is Build-It, Magpie Build-It in the cherub color. And notice how that color kind of softens down just a little bit after it's cured. I mean, this is, well, in the bottle it might look a little bit more purple, but not purple, but a little bit brighter pink. There it is. So pretty. Okay, shoot me any more questions real quick before I end this. And again, if you have any other questions that you weren't able to ask or I wasn't able to answer, by all means, send them my way. Don't forget to buy your Build-It colors on magpiebeautyusa.com. Use my code Reena10 for a discount. So pretty. Jalen, you have great nails.
Thank you.
You just have great natural nails.
So this doesn't need a base layer at all?
What I did was I used the same color.
Okay.
And I just scrubbed in a scrubbed-in base on the 5 nails and cured it first, and then I went back in with a build. Yep. Okay, all right. Well, we will see you guys next time I do a live. And again, shoot me any other messages, questions that you might have. Thanks. See ya.